So you're thinking about moving to Houston, Texas in the year 2022 or beyond? Well, this is the perfect video for you because today we're gonna talk about the pros and cons of living in Houston, Texas in 2022. I'm Hugley with the Braden Real Estate Group, and let's get straight into it. So let's start out with the cons. The number one con that I'm gonna say, and you probably already guessed it, is gonna be traffic. Houston is the fourth largest city in the United States, and with that comes traffic. It's over 6 million people and continuously counting here because everybody's moving to Houston, so you're not gonna be able to avoid the traffic. But as you begin to live here in Houston, you'll know what times to leave, what areas to avoid at certain times, and all of that. Now, going into the second con, we're gonna say property taxes and just taxes in general. Because Houston doesn't have any state income tax, the government has to get their money back somehow. How are they gonna do that? They're gonna do that with the property tax, and they're gonna do that with the sales tax. Now, for the property taxes, they'll be anywhere from below 2% more so inside of the city, but as you go out to the suburbs, that can be as high as 4%. And I know that may not seem like a big number, but in comparison to all these other places around the United States, that's actually pretty steep. Now, the third con that I'm gonna talk about is the weather. As you know, Houston has a lot of flooding and a lot of hurricanes. Most recently was Hurricane Harvey. And then when it just rains here very heavily, you tend to see that a lot of areas will flood. As you get more out towards the different suburbs, it's not as bad, but it still is a problem here in Houston. Now, number 4. Similar to number 3, the weather, but I want to focus specifically on the heat and the humidity. That is a dangerous combination, especially in the summertime when you first get outside and immediately it just feels like the heat is on and you're like, what is going on? I really don't like this. That is definitely something that you're going to have an issue with here in Houston, especially when you first get outside and you're all fresh and whatever, you're gonna be sticky and sweaty. Just prepare for that now. Now, number 5, the 5th con that I have is public transportation. Being the 4th largest city in the United States, you would really expect Houston to have a better public transportation system. You tend to see it more so inside the city, the public transportation, and then as you go out to the suburbs, they have these different park and ride areas. But overall, Houston could really do a better job of improving the public transportation. Now let's get into the pros. The first pro I want to talk about is the job opportunities. There is something here for everybody in terms of a job when it comes to Houston. Houston actually has the largest medical center in the United States, and then they're also very big on the oil and gas industries, the tech industry. All these industries here in Houston are really just booming right now, so there's a job here for everybody. The second pro that I want to talk about is just the culture and the diversity. Houston is the #1 most diverse city in the United States of America. There's all types of different cultures here, all types of people from all walks of life, all different backgrounds here, so you really get the opportunity to meet a bunch of different people and get to learn a lot about everybody in all the different cultures. Now with that comes the third pro, and that's gonna be food. If you love to eat like I love to eat, then the food here in Houston is banging. I mean, you got barbecue, you got whatever you name, okay? I can't even begin to name all the different foods that are here in Houston. But there are so many different foods here in Houston, and you definitely have to come try the food here. You won't regret it. The fourth pro that I want to talk about is the low cost of living and affordability when it comes to purchasing a home. Here in Texas, if you've seen anywhere on Instagram, TikTok, even on my Instagram and my TikTok, which is down here in the description, you would know that in Texas, you get a lot of bang for your buck. Now, of course, as I mentioned earlier, the property taxes are higher, but you are still able to get a lot of money for what you would be normally paying in rent. Now, going into the 5th pro that I have is the suburbs. There are so many different suburbs here in Houston. All of them have a different vibe. All of them have something else to offer you. You can find whatever you're looking for. You have Katy, you have Sugarland, you have the Woodlands, you have Pearland. I mean, I could go on and on and on, and they have all these beautiful master plan communities with all these beautiful amenities. It's just the greatest thing ever, if I'm really being honest with you guys. But then 6, I want to give you guys a bonus pro. You can literally find something here to do in Houston any night of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, fun day, whatever it is. Like, you can find something to do here in Houston. There's never shortages of things to do here. If you like going out, you can definitely go out. It's good vibes everywhere, and I totally recommend. Well, that's it. Those are my 6 pros and 5 cons of living in Houston, Texas. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be dropping new videos for you guys every single week about life here in Houston, Texas. And if you're thinking about relocating, feel free to shoot me a message, comment below, whatever it is. Look in the description. You'll find all my information. But until next time, see you guys later, man. Peace out.